All right, for some of you guys, the thumbnail or the title of this video might look a lot more like maybe a clickbait or something totally delusional. But hear me out before you curse me out in the comment section or you unsubscribe, which is totally fine with me because I'm not here to convince anybody. I'm just here to share my opinion on things. And sometimes I may be wrong, I may be right. Doesn't matter because nobody knows exactly what the future holds. But at least I can share my views, which is why I have the channel on. Now the thing is, with AMC stock, any price you can have in terms of how high it can go, you have you may have something backing up that analysis. Now, the reason why I'm thinking AMC can 10x from now, which by the way means sitting at or start trading at 140, 148 something. Let's just say 150, right? Because right now we are a little, a little over under $15 a share. Now, as we get into earnings, which is, I think scheduled to be on August 4th. All right. Now, before that, we're going to have the GameStop split. And the GameStop split is going to start, trading split, from July 22nd. So that's going to be one huge catalyst. I'm expecting to boost, the trading price of both GameStop, AMC specifically, and maybe other meme stocks. Now, when it comes to earnings, we still don't have a lot of insights around the suggestions or the read in between the lines that came from the CEO Adam Aaron, because he said that, hey, it's not because we're doing nothing that means we're not working in behind the scenes when it comes to pouncing the shorts and that are kind of punishing AMC stock price. Now, what is really funny is it can either comes from the $100 million that they set up, set aside a couple of weeks ago when it comes to investing and going into, the offensive. It may mean, they were going to buy back their own shares. If they do, huge buying pressure. We talked about that. It can also mean that they're kind of getting this money aside for maybe, I don't know, an NFC dividend or a crypto dividend. I mean, that route doesn't seem a lot more realistic to me because that amount of money, $100 million, is not as much. Is not enough to kind of pursue, successfully that route. So I'm not really counting on that. But something else might be that, the announcements that they have in store for these earnings for AMC stock, man, besides what the box office numbers are, signaling a great return on profitability for AMC as a company. Well, besides that, I'm thinking about maybe a merger announcement. Yeah, it's been 15 months now that people have been, contemplating the idea, kind of nourishing the rumor that, hey, maybe Disney or maybe Hollywood studio or maybe Amazon might be merging or buying out AMC. Well, it does make sense because when you think about it, closely, it is not that far, fetched. Why? Because AMC is a brick and mortar company, and right now they're not solely involved into the movie theater or moving operating theater business solely. They are also involved into the whole entertainment space, and for the last, I would say, 12 to 18 months now, the leadership, alongside the CEO, have been working a lot in terms of consolidating the company, revenues, the company, minimizing the cost in those areas specifically. But it does make sense when you think about it as why a company such as maybe Disney, or maybe Amazon would like to merge or to buy out a company like AMC using their kind of brick and mortar, that has been kind of revamped lately in order to continue to consolidate their business, which will be a definitely win-win. Now, the thing is, when it comes to mergers or maybe a buyout, sometimes for companies that are going back to profitability like AMC, you can think about the buying company or the other company which is merging or buying out AMC to actually either include the debt cleanup in the buyout price or to announce separately outside the buyout price when it comes to the market cap that, hey, we are also considering cleaning up and paying off all debts for AMC. If that happens, then definitely you wouldn't expect any shorts to remain short. Like what I'm saying is just at the just thinking about the announcement of the debt being paid off, or AMC being in the position of paying off at least a big chunk of that debt, then definitely the shorts will be in trouble, because it means that the value investors, the sharks, will be coming at this play. Now, the other thing is, on top of that, if the merger happens, then it's going to create a lot more, trading volume. And usually the volume coming with such news will come in the buying side. And whenever you have a buy side and the volume coming in, it means that the whole future of the company will definitely be changed. I mean, just imagine Amazon or Disney buying AMC. I wouldn't want to be a short seller at that point. Why? Because I'm going to be pounced. I'm going to be toast. I'm going to be so toast that, I'm going to be carrying the bag. So I better get out. Now, the thing is, there are so many selling pressure. So, I mean, so much selling pressure into AMC with fake shares that at this point, they will have to rush to get out, like to rush to the door to get out of this play. And by doing so, they will create an additional, buying pressure with the covering process, which ultimately can bring the share of AMC at the 10x, quicker than we think. That will be 150. And by that point, the big boys, like the big sellers, the big short sellers, will definitely have no choice but to get out as well. Even though this will be done in a controlled fashion, then it will be just like, poof, Armageddon. So I don't want to talk about that next step yet, but I do see this, in case it's been announced, in case this is what Adam Aaron has in store for earnings, as news, then definitely you can expect AMC to start, going to that point. But nobody knows. This is pure speculation from my end. Nobody knows exactly what will happen. So our job at this point is just to kind of remain, calm, to be patient for those who are willing to do so. At least this is what I'm doing. So I'm going to talk to you guys in the next one, and until then, peace out.